What is up, good people? What's happening? It's another Saturday reflection. We are focused on gratitude. That's something I've learned to as a skill. I believe it started when I was a child, just to say thank you. It was rooted in me going to church and going to church and saying my prayers and saying thank you God was just only the beginning of it. But now I live it. I live gratitude and just saying thank you for everything. I even say thank you as I'm walking, like just walking the stairs or walking to the bathroom. But let's talk about what I'm grateful for this week. And then I also want to press the topic, why many teachers fail. Okay, here we go. I am so thankful because last weekend I was able to be at the beach with the Kershaws, with my boyfriend's family. This was the second year I traveled with them. It was just phenomenal. We went to this Benjamin's Calabash buffet down in Myrtle Beach. What else did we do? I got to see the sunrise. I got to walk on the beach. We just had fun. Ice cream. We went for uh, putt putt golf, miniature golf at this cool spot. Yeah, I was drained and tired, but I still went. And I'm grateful I got to spend the time with all of them. I'm grateful for Mr. Kershaw, who treated us all to this, like the lodging and everything. I've often said, people, I'm like a giver. Y'all know that. I've given so much in my life, and sometimes I would often feel like I wasn't receiving the same in return. It's now good that I get to experience all of these things, this love, this appreciation, and sharing in the company of other people. That trip was amazing. We had some good ice cream, good food, good laughs. The ride with Terrence in the car was amazing. I'm grateful for that. We were listening to the podcast. The just it was just a joyous time. So I'm grateful for that. Other things that I'm grateful for this week. One of my students passed the NBLEX test, which those of you who may not know, the NBLEX is the national massage exam you have to take in order to become a massage therapist. And it is strenuous. You got to know anatomy, physiology, pathology, ethics. The list goes on, and it's a hard test. Some people don't pass it the first time. Like probably about 60 to 70% of people pass it, so that leaves like a 30% fail rate. And I helped him pass. I can say that the two of us joined together led to passing. So I was celebrating that on Monday. What else? Oh my goodness, one of my students, she really impacted me on Thursday night, and I am grateful for that too, because the conversation we had, like, she was about to quit massage therapy, but me sharing my story of starting my business, how massage was my gateway drug, it saved my life. I am thankful she asked that question, because sometimes people will just quit. They give up without asking somebody, without asking a mentor, their parents, a counselor, anyone. And I don't want people to quit on themselves, quit on their dreams, quit on a better life. I'm thankful she asked the question, because that's where learning begins. That's where a new life begins, with being vulnerable, with being courageous enough to just ask. Pose the question. You never know where it would lead. And she taught me, and that's this lead into my second part of this chat today, is why many teachers fail. Many teachers fail because they're not a student. Let me say that again. Many teachers fail because they're not a damn student. They're so focused on, I know it all, I know the best for you, I want to tell you how it is, I've been doing this for 10 years or 20 years, and I know. The fact of the matter is, we don't know shit. Like, I go into everything when I'm teaching, when I'm coaching, when I'm leading, when I'm guiding. I go in with a sense of curiosity. I go in with a sense of, let me analyze this situation for what it is. To use my friend's Tanya's word from this week, present. This is the ministry of presence. I'm present in the moment. I don't assume I know what that student needs, because I really don't. I listen to them in the moment. In that one session, they may need something different than they required last week. So this is why many teachers fail. They're not actually listening to the student, or they're not a student themselves. Like, I'm telling you, I continuously learn. I don't know anything. Like, I'm learning lessons from myself that I screwed up from like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And I'm consistently, like right now, I'm studying interviewing and podcasting. You may know I have my degree in mass communication, but it didn't stop there. I'm not like, oh, I got my degree from Virginia Tech, so now I know everything. No, the hell I don't. I need to keep learning. And one of my mentors said this, Bob Proctor. He studied until the day he died. Like, his son, Brian Proctor, spoke about this. He said dad was on his deathbed still studying, still reading books, still, because he did not oh, how did this, so we get a view of outside. I flipped around. I didn't mean for it to do that, but y'all got another view of the outside of my house. But yeah, continue to be a student. You will be the best teacher when you are studying yourself and you are able to admit, I don't know. I tell my students that in many of the tutoring sessions, like, I don't know the answer to that. How about you look it up? We can discover it together. Or I'm learning from them too, because learning, teaching is a two-way street. It's no authority figure saying you have to know all that I know. Yes, there are some parameters. Yes, there is a syllabus. Yes, there are check marks we need to make. I need to know this anatomy. I need to know this physiology. I need to know this about the algebra, about the calculus. Yeah, you got to make your damn check marks, your SOL, standards of learning, whatever you want to call it. But in the grand scheme of things, that's not where true learning occurs. And I found that out going back to one of my sessions this week. We didn't even talk about the subject matter, but we both learned. We talked about commitment, vision, how my story of massage therapy would help her. And then she didn't want to quit. This young lady was about to quit on her dream. No. And it was through my guidance, me just being vulnerable enough to share what went on in my life, that she's like, I got so much from this, Elmira. Like, this was the best. And it then drove me to reflect too. My story is important. I did do great things. Because sometimes we discount ourselves and say, oh, that was no big deal. Everybody could do it. But I see that now because I'm in the presence of so many young people. Like, they're younger than me. They're at least 20 years younger than me, 20, 15, whatever. They're still younger. I see the lack of resilience. I witness it on a daily basis because people want to easily give up. And I'm grateful I didn't give up. Like, I had examples. I had examples with my parents. I had example with other family members, teachers, professors who were able to show me to keep going because life will give you wrenches, life will give you mountains, life will give you all kinds of challenges but you have to keep pushing. That's what I'm grateful for this week. I was able to share my story. I'm also grateful for outdoors, being able to walk in the grass. Yesterday, I took time to walk barefoot. I was able to take 3 walks outdoors. I plan to do another walk today. I'm grateful for I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. That's what I can say. Oh, I'm grateful for the meal I made last night. I cooked shrimp, sweet potato fries, which I freshly cut myself, and I steamed some broccoli. It was beyond phenomenal. I'm grateful for the watermelon I cut up yesterday. Watermelon, I've been telling myself, we gonna get a watermelon at least once a week. So this is the third one we've had this summer, and I plan to get more and more and more and more. Just be grateful for everything in your life. That's how you I say it over and over again. That's how you bring more things into your life. That's how you are more abundant. That's how you are joyful because you're able to witness, you're able to see the things that God is blessing you with. You're not just focused on what you don't have, you're focused on what you do have because that's what really matters, and you bring more of that into your life. You bring more money, you bring more joy, you bring more conversations like I've had this week. You bring more excellence, more students. I'm going to have more students passing the NBLEX. I'm creating more millions of dollars. I'm creating more of an impact in people's life. And one last thing I'm grateful for is our mastermind this past Monday. Every week I lead a mastermind. It's called Focus Mastermind, and we have been using the book The Power of Focus as our guideline, but we focus on our goals because as business owners, as entrepreneurs, it can be challenging to not get distracted. We can be all over the place. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this year, but how do you maintain that focus? How do you maintain that sharp direction? That's what we do in our mastermind. We had a great mastermind this week. We discussed core relationships and deepening those relationships and with business, because you just don't always want to be focused on the next client. How are you catering? How are you giving attention to your current clients? I'm going to wrap this up right here, but it's Saturday gratitude, weekly gratitude, and why why many teachers fail. You can continue to follow me. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe. And again, this is Elmira, always helping you turn your breakup into a breakthrough. Peace.